Hi everyone and welcome to And So On. My name is Lisa and today I have some new makes to show you, some news and a giveaway. Yes, we have a giveaway for 9,000 subscribers. I'm sorry, I know that I promised to get it up a couple of days ago, but I completely underestimated how crazy busy I would be. So what else is new, right? But our giveaway is from the lovely Christiane Bose from Victory Patterns. And I took a class with Christiane last weekend, and I'm gonna put a little video about that later on. But I asked her if she would mind donating a PDF pattern for my 9,000 subscriber giveaway. And she said, no, take 3. And I was like, well, okay, I'll take 3. So hang on until the end and I'll give you all the details on how to enter to win one of those free PDF patterns, 3 free PDF patterns from Christiane of Victory Patterns. Okay, so I continue to sew like the wind. I don't know how many numbers of sew like the winds I can do, but I actually put off another day or so posting this because I thought I would be able to finish 2 more pieces, but I haven't been able to. So I thought I'm gonna put these up and then I'll just do another one when those 2 are done. I actually in the end told my husband, I'm not packing up my sewing machine. I was like, you know what? This is my stress reliever. It's important, that and yoga, which I'm going to right after I film this. And I thought, you know what? I have a whole week at the cottage where I'm not going to be doing much except looking at the water and enjoying the beautiful scenery. And I'm going to want to sew a little bit. So I'm doing that. And I've been packing like crazy, as you can see behind me. Today, I actually packed up all my clothes for Spain. So I divided up everything that I was thinking of, divided things into categories. And then, so I have this one suitcase here right next to me that is clothes for Spain. And then I have another suitcase in the back that I have part of, and that's everything that we're gonna bring for winter, just a few pieces for winter, so we don't have to buy everything when we're over there, and someone is going to bring that over for us, because we're only bringing suitcases. We're not shipping anything or anything like that. So what am I wearing today? I am wearing my, this is the top I made a couple weeks ago, and I'll link up where I talked about it, but basically it's the top of the Jenna jumpsuit, and I made it in this beautiful boro woven cotton, and I'm also wearing, let me stand up, I'm wearing my City Gym shorts from Pearl Soho. This is a free pattern, and it's a great first shorts pattern if you like this style, because you're just basically using bias binding around these edges, and it's an elastic waist. So they're very comfortable and very easy to fit, so I highly recommend them. Okay, makes. First off, last time I told you guys about the shorts muslin I made from the fez pants from La Maison Victor, and I found them. So these are them. Yes, they're all wrinkly, they're linen, c'est la vie. I am gonna make a little top to go with them, and I am gonna secure the cuffs because I decided I do like the cuffs. I'll put in a picture of these. They are so comfy, and it's one of those times where a wearable muslin just becomes something that you can wear a ton, and just what a little bonus. And then I realized last time I was wearing a new top and I didn't tell you guys about it. So here we go. So this is the top that I was wearing last time, and it's in this beautiful fabric that I got at Blackbird at one of their remnant sales. So this is, I think it was maybe half a yard, and I've bound it just with that gray Japanese cotton that I had from last year that I made a bunch of bias binding with. I actually love a contrast binding. And this is a copy of a J. Crew shell, and I'll put a link into the video where I talk about this, a J. Crew shell that I copied and I've used multiple times. And that shell actually has a very deep V-neck, and I wanted a higher neckline on this, and so all I did was I just took another pattern that had a higher neckline, and I just, copied that, and this is really, really great. So I'll put in a couple pictures and you can see, I've already worn it a bunch of times, and well, not a bunch, but a couple times, and I can see this becoming a regular because it's just really light and flowy, and it'll be perfect in hot weather. And then I have a refashion project. So this is, again, linen crushed. I don't have time to steam, guys, I'm sorry, forgive me. This is a light white linen blouse, and it's a cropped length, and I bought this blouse, well, actually it's a men's extra large shirt that I bought probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I bought it when I was making a quilt, so yeah, it was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and I cut off the sleeves. I can put in a picture of what was left that was hanging around forever, but I love the weight of this. Like, it's just, sometimes with white linen, it's so see-through that you can't really wear it very easily. This, definitely you can see through it, but it's not so light that it's it's totally see-through. So I love this, and this took me, I'll put in a picture because it's easier than holding it up the whole time. So this took me forever. Do you know one of those things that you go, oh, this will take 20 minutes, I'll just zip it down the side, all good. I couldn't get the armhole right. I did it 3 times, and I might even have a photo of the second time I tried where I ended up with like, no, it was the first. I ended up with like crazy like Martian wings. I don't even know what to call them. Like, it was just huge. And in the end, again, I used another pattern that had an armhole that I like, and I just put that down there. And then I didn't even bind it. I just turned it in twice and did it from there. And I had done a full bias binding on both sleeves before I tried it on and realized it looked terrible. But in the end, it was exactly what I wanted. I wanted a cropped blouse that I could wear when I was wearing, because I find that a lot of actually my shorts and my skirts and stuff have patterns, and then I can't really match it as much with something on top. So I wanted like a plain white cropped linen blouse, and that's what I got. So thumbs up. And lastly, I did one more Roscoe. Yay! Oh, I love, so this is another one of the Boro woven fabrics from Moda, and you might remember my last Roscoe that I made, and I can link to that as well. And that was so nice, and I really love it, but I felt like the sleeves were a little bit too short for my personal preference, and so this time I lengthened the sleeves by about 2 inches, and I like it even better. This one's also a little bit of a heavier material, so I could see wearing it definitely in summer, but maybe, you know, in the evenings when you want to have a little more warmth, and I'm always cold and my arms are always cold. So whereas the first one I can wear in full summer and it's sort of shorter sleeve, this one I think will be a little bit more, you know, when things are a little cooler and I want an extra layer. The other thing I did is I found that I found the armhole actually a little bit snug on me, and I have pretty small arms, so that was kind of surprising. And all I did there was when I put together the sleeve binding, it wanted to do it at a 1/2 inch seam allowance, and I just did it at a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So it just gave me just that little bit more. You had to do it at 1/2 and then trim it down to a 1/4, and I just did it at a 1/4 and left it at that, maybe even a little less. And so that just gave me a tiny bit more room in the arms, and I will put in some photos here for you to see. I love it. It's so cute. It's so comfortable. I know I'm gonna get a ton of wear out of it. And then I do have a few more things on my sewing table that I'm almost done. I'm almost done my Bondi dress. I'm almost done a second Georgia peplum top, and I'm almost done a vintage pattern romper with like a sleeveless, strapless with a little like tie that goes around the neck. So almost done those. Those will be next time. So I told you guys that I went to a class with Christiane at her apartment in Toronto. Beautiful. I'll put in some pictures of her apartment. Oh my gosh, her studio is in her apartment, and it's a beautiful old house in Toronto, certainly well over 100 years, super high ceilings, beautiful architectural details, just one of those kind of slightly quirky but so much personality and history apartments. So it was absolutely lovely, and it actually ended up being me and just someone else who I actually knew from Instagram. Her name is Bernadette, and we had never actually met in person, even though we tried once and I forgot the appointment. So Bernadette and I got to meet, and because a couple other people canceled, it was just us. So it was like a semi-private class. Now the class was basic construction, and both Bernadette and I have a lot of experience sewing. Bernadette much more so than me. But I kind of feel like I learned sewing, you know, just by doing and by watching. And I thought it'd be really cool to take something that was very basic construction and really, you know, understand some of the principles behind. So it was 4 hours, and I think it was $95 Canadian, and it was so great. So if you are interested in doing that, if you're in the Toronto area or plan to be, have a look on her website, and I'll link it up below to see if you can go, because her classes are great. And one thing I imagined and did happen, and I think this often happens with classes like this, is what you take out of it more than what is on the list of what's being taught is the intangibles, you know, like just those little nuggets that you go, oh, okay, and you see how people do things. And for me, I think actually the biggest thing I got out of it was pressing. And I've always known how important pressing is, and I do press, but I think in the past I've been very gentle and very careful with my pressing, very afraid of, I don't know, stretching, or, I mean, I know you do have to be careful on the bias, but we learned how to do proper darts, which I've always had a problem with. I'm not very good at darts, or I wasn't very good at darts. And she just showed us like how to really press it out and really, you know, open up that seam and really push it over the ham so that it has that shape. And by the end, my darts were great. So she actually let me tape or record a portion of the class, and actually it's the portion of the class where she's talking about sewing darts, so I'll insert that here.
I'm just going to talk through what I usually do, and then I'll give you a couple tips. Like I eyeball it but sometimes, you know, you need a little bit more guidance. So I would always start at the edge of the fabric with a little back stitch and sewing towards the apex point that we've marked. If you want a little bit more guidance, then what you can do is take this top thread, and as you're starting, pull it a little bit towards you, drop your foot, sew your little back stitch at the point where the notches are. And as I have this thread here, I'm just gonna align it with the apex point, so it gives me a line to follow as I sew. And then when you reach the apex, stop. So you don't want to back stitch here because the back stitch can create a really, you know, bulky cluster. So give it a couple inches. So that little thread is going to go back, and then these threads, you're just going to create a little knot here by hand. So it's as though you're creating a little back stitch, and it keeps that secure. So I just do like 2 or 3, and then you're going to just cut it a centimeter or 2 away from the knot. And then when you press the dart, you press it with gravity. So if it's a bust dart, the excess is going to want to go down. Mm-hmm. If it's a waist dart, it's going to go towards the center back. And then you want to build shaping in this as you're pressing it. So we can take a tailor's ham and pull the fabric over it so that you're creating the form in the fabric, and the shot of steam is going to help to kind of melt that into shape.
Cool. Yeah. Such a fun day. Again, if you have the opportunity, I suggest that you definitely sign up for one of Christiane's classes. So, time for the giveaway. Okay, guys, what do I do every time I have a giveaway? I introduce you to new sewing YouTubers, or at least new to me sewing YouTubers. So I think this time I have nine sewing YouTubers. So what I ask you to do in order to be entered for the draw is this. I need you to go over and visit as many of these people as possible out of the kindness of your heart. And please do leave them a comment, let them know I sent you, and leave them a nice comment, leave them some love, and then come back and comment here and let me know who you visited and who you enjoyed. That is your entry. If you would like an extra entry, you can head over to Instagram and you can enter there. I'll be posting that as well. And yeah, so I'm gonna open this for 1 week. The date will be below, and after that, I will choose 3 names. Now, please, please, please come back to see if you won. I've had an issue in the past where I'm having a hard time getting in touch with people. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm so busy coming up, I can give you 1 week to contact me if you are the winner, okay? So come back in a week. It'll be very clear which is the video. See if you're the winner, and then leave me a message, contact me right away so that I'm able to send you your free pattern, okay? Okay guys, that's all for me today. Please enjoy these new subscribers. Thank you so much for all you guys do for me. You guys are always there, always leaving me comments, always leaving me likes. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm just so enjoying us growing together, and I can't wait to share my trip to Spain with you guys. All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.
Hey, I'm Maddie and welcome back to the Essentials Club. I've started this channel as a way to help you to become more creative and resourceful in showing you how to make your own handmade minimal wardrobe. So today I'm going to be taking you through the steps of how to make your own mini wrap skirt. So what you need for that, angle one inwards. So when you walk or when you look at it, it's kind of got that like on the angle split cute look to it. So I'm going to keep that edge straight, and I'm going to...
I am Jay and welcome to the Camden Stitch. If you're wondering what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing my Quick Sew K4138 dungaree. I just loved the massive great 70s floral pattern, and I thought it would make sort of quite a nice maxi dress that would be quite dressy for an evening out. But
morning everyone, and welcome back to my vlog. My name's Jenny and this is my channel, Jenny Loves to Sew. I've come on today to share with you my latest make, which is what I'm wearing, which is the deer and doe Melliot shirt. Now I've finally made that, so if I'd have wanted to, then I could have quite easily fit the pockets on as well. I don't.
Hey guys, welcome back. So now for the fun part, I'm actually going to try on and model all of my new panties. I mean, this is definitely getting into more coverage and kind of a higher cut, but this is the pants pattern from Sozo. Just, you know, really basic, really comfortable.
Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Angela and this is Devon Threadtails. Thanks for joining me today. Very local haberdashery quite some time ago. Again, very similar feel to the other material. It's like a...
Hi, my name is Beth and I'm the sewing pattern designer and blogger at Sew DIY. In today's video, I'm going to share some things that I've made. This is the short sleeves crew neck. This crew neck is a little bit lower than the Jane, so it hasn't bothered me at all with how tight it is. The only change I made was I didn't do the back reinforcement because I just
Hi, if we haven't met, my name's Claire and this is Penguin and Pear Dressmaking. Before we get started, it's swimwear, but I'm equally happy with it as a t-shirt. It's quite lightweight and airy. So I whipped this up on the overlocker and I used my cover stitch.
Hi guys, my name's Laura and I'm the Specky Seamstress. Welcome to my monthly roundup where I'm going to tell you about all the things I sewed in May. Now, Asta. Now this is a little V-neck blouse. It has a yoke on the back. I'm not sure if that shows very well.
I'd love to get some more sort of jersey and knit fabrics, both plain and patterned. I will spin you around and I'll show you what I've got. Okay, this is a quick view at my stash. No judgments about my cupboard of doom, please. This is just a little inbuilt cupboard in my bedroom that I keep a lot of my sewing supplies and my stash.